But first, a series of protests today in New York City over President Trump's immigration policies. This after tense and at times violent protests in Los Angeles over the weekend, a city that this year has already been horribly damaged. Right now, people are marching in LA, but protests today so far have been peaceful. And good evening to you. At 6 o'clock, I'm Liz Chow.
And I'm Bill Ritter. We're going to begin with those protests against President Trump's ICE crackdown on immigrants, people who are crucial to the nation's economy, exploding across the country. 24 or so folks arrested at Trump Tower in Manhattan today. They took their protest inside the lobby and they refused to leave. There were also rallies at New York City Hall and at Federal Plaza in Lower Manhattan. Some against the ICE arrests, while others showing their support for the larger protests in Los Angeles.
Meanwhile, Governor Gavin Newsom of California filed a lawsuit against Trump for the hundreds of California National Guard federalized by the president. The first time that has happened in 60 years without a governor's permission. Newsom says it only inflamed the situation. Violent confrontations between LA police and protesters. 60 people were arrested, 9 officers were hurt, several cars set on fire, and stores looted.
Something of a low mark in the country right now. And now word that President Trump is getting 700 Marines ready to join the controversy in Los Angeles. NJ Burkett at New York City Hall for us, where moments ago, Mayor Adams saying violence is not the way to deal with immigration policies. Newt.
Exactly, Bill, and that's exactly what you would expect from the mayor of the city of New York. Mayor Adams and the city's police commissioner made it perfectly clear today that peaceful protest will be tolerated, will be protected here in New York. Violence and disorder will not be. Commissioner Jessica Tisch says she told federal authorities that New York City can take care of itself. Here's what Mayor Adams told the city in a speech this afternoon.
I understand that some New Yorkers may be angry, afraid, and ready to express that. New York City will always be a place to peacefully protest, but we will not allow violence and lawlessness. The escalation of protests in Los Angeles over the last couple of days is unacceptable and will not be tolerated if attempted in our city.
We're ready to fight for the immigrants who've always powered this country.
The outrage is simmering here in New York, with hundreds of union workers rallying on Lower Broadway, protesters arrested in a pop-up demonstration in Trump Tower, and immigrants and their supporters in Foley Square, determined tonight to push back.
This cannot continue. And I repeat, this cannot continue. This United States that we love so much cannot be on this side of history.
Words and acts of defiance, despite the overwhelming response to protests in Los Angeles, where hundreds were blasted with tear gas and flash grenades when they blocked streets downtown, set fires, and refused to disperse.
They will come for us, and we got a message for you. We don't care, come, because we are going to fight for our rights.
As raids are stepped up here, larger demonstrations and more of them are expected, raising the prospect of National Guard troops on the streets of New York. And President Trump appears willing to defy state government in order to deploy them.
I'm deeply concerned that he's itching to escalate this further rather than to resolve it and have peace and unity in the country.
From ambush arrests at immigration hearings to travel bans affecting a dozen countries, the impact has shaken a city where roughly 40% of residents are from another country. Union workers rallied today to protest the crackdown.
The vast majority of those workers are immigrants. So an attack on immigrants is honestly an attack on SEIU 32BJ and the working people of New York.
Now, over the weekend, Deputy Mayor Kaz Daughtry and Chief of Department John Schell played golf with President Trump at the president's golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey. Now, I'm told at the time they urged Mr. Trump not to send in the Guard if there are large-scale demonstrations in New York, echoing, of course, what Commissioner Tisch told her federal counterparts over the weekend. Live at City Hall, NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Lots happening everywhere. NJ, thank you for that report. Now to California, where there were more protests this afternoon, but the city was calmer than it was during this weekend's chaos. Still, California's Attorney General announcing a lawsuit against President Trump, challenging his decision to unilaterally deploy National Guard troops. The suit seeks to rescind that order, one that Mr. Trump insists was the right move.
Until we went in, if we didn't do the job, that place would be burning down just like the houses burned down. They were in big trouble last night.
Mr. Trump also said if he were Homeland Security Secretary, he would arrest California's governor. Gavin Newsom punched back today, calling that, we're quoting now, a step toward authoritarianism, end quote.